So this is Overdungeon. It's a game that I've actually had in my library for well over a year now, I think. I barely played it. I kind of just touched it a little bit. But for the last week or so, or actually just the last few days, I started getting a lot more into it. It's very similar to the Slay the Spire type game, where it's a roguelike. You climb up a dungeon and you collect cards that synergize with each other, with your relics and everything. But instead of sitting here explaining for like 20 minutes, like I did at my first try of recording this, let's just get into the game so I can actually explain what's going on. And I think I have enough experience at this point to actually tell and explain what's going on, because it's kind of extremely hard to tell exactly what's happening on your screen when you get in the game. Partly because a whole bunch of visual clutter, which you'll see if I get some crazy synergies going on, and a pretty poor English translation. It's not all terrible, but there are some cards and relics that, or even events that are just really hard to understand what actually happens. But there's whole bunch of game modes. You start off with basic dungeon, and you unlock all the rest as you play through the game. But what we're going to be playing is Season Dungeon, and I'll show you why. If you play Slay the Spire, this is basically like the ascension levels that you get. Once you beat the game on your dungeon level 1 in the first season, by the way, there are multiple seasons with multiple different changes to the game, but dungeon level 1 has the most important change to the difficulty, which is some relics will no longer appear and criticals won't occur. So it takes the relics that are RNG based out of your pool. So no RNG allowed in this mode basically, unlike the normal mode. And then once you beat the game on this season, you unlock the next level, which just keeps adding different modifiers to your difficulty basically, just like the ascension levels of Slay the Spire. And some of these modifiers are super interesting. I won't go through every single one right now because you kind of have to understand the game to understand those, but we're going to be playing on level 5 on the first character, Lilith. And she's basically the most basic character, kind of compared to Ironclad. Kind of comparable to the Ironclad in Slay the Spire, because she's the easiest to understand. The other two characters are kind of super complex. I barely understand Valley myself, I've barely played him. Sugar is super fun. She's all about setting up these traps that have effects once your minions step on them. But she's pretty inconsistent. I'm not really comfortable on her, so I'm not going to play her. I'm going to try to conquer dungeon level 5 on Lilith and see what happens. I don't think I'll win, but I'll try my best to explain what's actually going on in the game. So, you have your primary pack, which is the class that you've picked, and they'll have about 20 cards that you will find throughout the game, but you can also pick 2 secondary packs, and there's a few that you pick. Mr. Almighty is a DLC that costed me $2, which has some pretty cool stuff, and Twinkling Stars was added with a free update, which has some pretty complicated stuff that I don't want to mess around with right now. What I like to stick with is Zoo Tropical and Card Dance. They're kind of the 2 most basic ones that I've had the most luck with. Zoo Tropical is all about summoning a whole bunch of animals, and Card Dance is all about playing these attacks and playing these spells and basically scaling your damage up throughout the game. And let's just hit start on here, and I'll show you how the game is actually played. And this is the map that you climb on. Very similar to Slay the Spire. You have your normal battles, offends, rest sites, elites, shops, and your treasure chest. And you have 3 acts. Each act has a boss. The cool thing about this game is it actually tells you the boss you're going to fight in the next act. And I guess it should say the Act 3 boss, but I think I maybe just haven't seen the Act 3 boss yet, so I just don't know what that is, which is interesting. I hope that's the case. The art style and the UI is something that I don't like at all. I wish I could just get rid of this 3D model right there, but it's something that I have to deal with right now. I think the gameplay itself more than makes up for it, because it's a super fun game, and I will show you very soon. But let's look at, actually let's not even look at our basic deck right now, let's just get right into it. You pick one of the 3 cards that you want to climb up to, and based on what you pick, you'll be able to pick the 3 ones above it, if you get what I mean. And you can view what card or what kind of event that you're going to trigger. And if you don't like it, for example, this guy that we're about to fight, he has this ability that increases his attack by 1 per turn, so he'll attack an extra time every single turn. If you've played Slay the Spire, he's kind of very similar to the Cultist, where he will scale up really hard if you don't kill him very quickly. So if I was worried about that, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to kill him very quickly, which I honestly kind of am with the starting deck, because the starting deck is very bad, you can click on other cards and see what those are for the cost of money. Doing that in the beginning is kind of a big waste, but I just did it to show you what's going on. And we can either fight the Cloud Beast that I mentioned, or the Treant, which will give you jamming, which is literally just the weak debuff from Slay the Spire that halves the damage that your attacks do. But it only adds it for 1 turn, I think. I don't know. Let's fight this Treant. So I did not know there's 3 of them. So this game is basically like a real-time tower defense type deal where you play your own minions. If you've played Minion Masters, it's very similar to that, but with the whole Slay the Spire roguelike twist on it. And we have all of our basic cards. Like I said, the basic cards are really, really bad. There's only one that's pretty decent and worth keeping in your deck through endgame, but even then, not really. You have your alpacas. Alpacas are basically defense. Or I should mention it first, this is the first turn. The first turn you have all the time in the world to decide what you're going to do. After the first turn, you the game starts going on real time. So you really have to understand your deck and understand what you're going to play and win. So right now though, we have all the time in the world to discuss what's going on. So yeah, you have your alpacas. They have taunt, but they don't attack. So these are basically your defense if you play Slay the Spire. You have your strikes, which are they just deal damage. It's just your strikes from Slay the Spire. And then we get into the more interesting things. First off, we have the Mortar. I think this is an extremely weak card, but it plays a building. You can place it anywhere on your side. The building has a health pool and will be attacked by the enemies, but this building will just keep on attacking the nearest enemy with fireballs every second, and the fireballs only deal 1 damage. I think it's a pretty garbage card. It's something that I always want to get removed as soon as possible on Lilith. And then we have the Assault Ponies. Do we have 2 of these? We only have 1 of these in our deck. Another very bad card. It summons 2 horses, and they only attack leaders. They'll ignore all buildings or all minions on the map, and I'll show you what the enemy minions are very soon. As you can see, okay, there, my cursor's actually in there now. Let me edit that out. As you can see, one of these guys plans on attacking me directly for 10 damage. Hey, Dingo. And another guy plans on summoning a minion, as you can see right in front of him. This little wolf on the ground, that means he's about to summon a minion that will walk towards my guy and attack me if I don't have anything there to fight it. And then this guy on the right, he wants to apply jamming to me, which is that debuff we talked about earlier that just halves my damage from attacks. And our resources for playing these cards are the cards themselves. We can play cards from our hand until we have 2 left, and then once we have only 2 left, the turn will automatically end and the cards will be discarded. So that means card draw is super useful in this game, but it's not something that you see too often, and most of the time when you see it, it has a drawback or like a condition. We'll see what we get through these fights though. Right now we're stuck with the basic deck and trying to decide what I actually want to play. So I think I definitely want to play an alpaca to taunt off that damage from me. It seems like the damage that he deals does more damage to minions than it does to me, huh? And the alpaca has exactly 30 health. This alpaca is just going to die in 1 hit, which is completely fine. I'm wondering if we should play the Assault Pony. The Assault Pony can get one of them killed. I think it has more value than the other 2. Because the Assault Ponies will basically run towards an enemy and blow up for 20 damage each. A Mortar will just sit here dealing 1 damage every second, which I need it to sit there for 40 seconds to get the value of an Assault Pony. And Strike will only deal 24 damage. So I think I'm going to do is play an Assault Pony in this direction. The reason I'm playing on the right guy is because the left guy is going to summon a minion. I don't know what minion that is, but I don't want that minion killing my Assault Pony. He has 50 HP, I guess. But still, I don't want to risk it. Then once I play this pony, my turn's going to end, and then the game is going to start, and I'm basically going to start having to go quickly. I won't be able to sit here and explain what's going on. I'll try my best though. Let's go. So I'm weakened. He's playing Chicks. Chicks are like one of the weakest. Overstrike is the card that I think I mentioned that there's only like one card really worth keeping. I need to play minions. I'm gonna play 2 Palkas to just taunt off that enemies. Overstrike, it deals a whole ton of damage, but it gives you this overload debuff, which means that you'll draw 2 less cards next turn. And if you remember, once there's 2 cards in our hand, our turn automatically ends. So we basically skip a turn by playing that, which sucks as we took 20 damage. I was hoping my horses would kill him before they damaged me, but he didn't. So we don't need to play alpacas. I'm going to be weakened. Yeah, this will kill him. He's dead here now. Yes, it is. Cool. Perfect damage. So I did take damage from that fight. But Lilith's starter relic is actually almost a copy and paste of the Ironclad starter relic from Slay the Spire. So I was able to heal a bit there. A really cool thing is that you have this graph at the end of every fight that shows you how much damage different things are doing. It seems like our starter deck right now has a very good balance between units and card damage. I really like this very much. We'll be looking at that a lot to decide what kind of cards we want to have in our deck later. So now we got gold and we get to add 1 card in our deck. So let's see what we get. So Unleash the Hounds will summon 2 dogs with rage for each enemy leader and each animal. This is very good against certain enemies. Not every enemy will summon animals, but some summon a whole bunch, and this is just amazing against that. The dogs, it explains what the dogs are right there. The dogs are a unit that's pretty weak. They're usually in herds. It says a herd of dogs can easily defeat an elephant or a bear, but these dogs get rage, which increases their attack speed, movement speed, and their working speed. I think working speed is only a thing for building, so it doesn't really matter. This is a very decent card. We have Seed of Fire, which is an attack. It only deals 5 damage. Remember, there's no energy cost for these cards or anything. So the card that you draw, you really want it to actually have a lot of impact. And dealing 5 damage is no impact at all. Like, our strikes are the weakest attacks in our deck right now. Only deal 24 damage, which is way more than this. But what this does is add a Seed of Fire into your hand next turn. So this can be used with some synergies when you start scaling up your damage, or scaling with cards that exhaust, because this does have exhaust. Right now, I think this is absolutely useless in my deck. We have Ruin's Rebirth. I've never actually used this. Shuffle your draw pile, or it gives you Overload, which, like we talked about with the Overstrike here, Overload makes you draw fewer cards next turn, which sucks, because your card draw or your resources to actually do stuff in this game. So Overload 1, shuffle your draw pile into your discard pile, in which each card deals 10 damage. So this is all about synergizing with drawing a lot of cards. This does not look good at all. I guess you can probably have some cool synergies with it, but pretty much useless in my deck. I'm going to be taking Unleash the Hounds. Once we get this upgraded, you summon 3 dogs per enemy leader. So worst case scenario, you're summoning 3 dogs for 1 card. Best case scenario, you might be summoning like 30 dogs and just end the game there. This is a very good card, very good common for Zoo Tropical, and let's go to the next. So now we have the choice of Rest Site, Event, and Elite. I really want to fight an Elite. The cool thing about this, like I showed you before, is you can actually just see what the Elite is before you fight it. Let me see what the Elite is. I think there's 2 different Elites for Act 1. One of them is really, really bad for my deck right now, and I wouldn't be able to defeat it, for sure. But the other one, I think I would be able to defeat it. And Dawn Turtle is the one that I think I can defeat. This guy's pretty interesting. He reminds me of the Guardian boss, the Act 1 Guardian boss in Slay the Spire, which I'll try and edit pictures of these guys in later if you're not like a huge expert on Slay the Spire. But if you play an attack against him, he'll basically be interrupted and he'll go into a defensive form that will have thorns that will deal damage to you when he attacks you. If I remember correctly, he also summons quite a few minions, which makes my Unleash the Hounds very powerful against him. So I think I'm really comfortable fighting Dawn Turtle right now. I don't think I've ever actually had an issue fighting him, so let's go. He has 847 health, which is a lot. So yeah, he is about to summon a minion, which like I thought, which is cool because I'm most likely going to be drawing into Unleash the Hounds next turn. Wondering what I should do right now. I think I'm gonna play a Mortar. It's pretty terrible, but like all of my cards in my hand are pretty terrible right now. I'll play a Mortar. It'll keep on getting consistent damage throughout the fight. Not too much, but it's something. And I think I'm gonna maybe play 2 Assault Ponies right now. 2 Elephants he plays. Cool, cool, cool. So, Unleash the Hounds is summoning 6 dogs, and this dogs, I think, can fight these elephants. I'm gonna play an Alpaca. Cool, the Alpaca is taunting one of his attacks, but he's going to be hitting me with another one, so I want to play another Alpaca. So I'm going to hit times 2. If I play another one, I'm only getting hit times 1. But all my Alpacas died. My dogs went and, the dogs do an exploding attack on the enemy, I guess, which is a bit weird. I can play the Overstrike here. Oh my god, my turn time is so low, I forgot. Because of the ascension levels, or the season levels, or whatever they're called in this mode. This sucks that I drew Unleash the Hounds right before he was about to play a minion, but I have to play it because I can't play attacks. He'll just reflect damage to me every time I play an attack from now on. He played a Lion. Not too worried about the Lion right now, I think. It's taking damage somehow. Oh, 8 Unleash the Hounds, very cool. Do I play another Mortar? No, I don't. I'll just keep playing Alpacas to taunt off his damage. As I was saying before with the Overstrike, like, yes, I can play it and get a lot of damage in, but I'll be basically skipping my next turn because I'll be drawing 2 less cards. So I want to be using that as a game ender, not in the middle of a match. Even right now, I don't really want to use it, which sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 5 damage there or whatever, just 5 damage. This Mortar has basically been— I'm wondering how much damage it actually got off this entire fight. Oh man, this is not looking good. He has a lot of elephants here. So I'm just gonna try and keep going until I get Unleash the Hounds. Here we go. That summoned quite a bit. I'll interrupt him right now with that 100 damage, but I don't get a next turn. Which I lost my Unleash the Hounds, which is very bad. I'll just do it again. So at this point, the next time I draw Overstrike, I win, I believe. There it is. And now I let my Mortars get more hits in, and I win. I took quite a bit of damage there. That's to be expected with elite fights, though. Just like Slay the Spire, you're not really going— at least in the higher difficulties, you're not really going into elite fights not expecting to take damage. So, it says card or unit. I thought there was a building one, because I really want to see how much damage the Mortars actually did. Like I said, it's one of the cards that I just want to remove from my deck as soon as possible, unless I'm going a building synergy run. Speaking of which, the relic that we got for that elite fight is Assault Cannon, which gives me a Mortar at the start of combat. Which, oh man, that kind of opens me up to start running a building synergy archetype. Let's see what we get with the cards here, though. So we get Sly Bunny. I actually really like Sly Bunny. You summon 1 rabbit, and the rabbits are ranged units. They don't deal a lot of damage, but they can outrange the enemy's basic attack. So if the enemy isn't summoning their own animals to deal with them, or if the enemy doesn't have their own AoE attacks or whatever, depending on who you're fighting, the rabbits can potentially just last forever and keep getting hits in. A bit like how the Mortars can, but the rabbits do more damage. And also the Sly Bunny, when you summons the rabbit and you gain control of the 2 nearest enemy animals, restoring them to full HP. That is so much value for a common card. Like, it's not useful on every fight, but when you do get it off in certain fights, oh my god. Like, imagine that last fight we just played. Imagine me just taking control of the elephants that guy summoned. That would just be nuts. Storm is a really good common for Card Dance. You deal 30 damage, and it repeats it 1 time for each other card that you played in this turn. You can get some really crazy synergies off with this. It's much better with more card draw, because the more cards you can play, this goes off. But there's a lot of other things you can do. There's a card in Card Dance, which it plays the attack and then it looks at your top 2 cards, and if they're also attacks, it just plays those. That synergizes ridiculously well with Storm. Not too amazing right now, because with my card draw, I can only potentially play 2 cards a turn. So I don't think I'm going to be taking this right now. We got Magic Amplifier, builds 1 building, which gives you 5 int every turn. That's really, really strong scaling. That reminds me of Demon Form kind of in for the Ironclad and Slade Spire. What int does is it increases the damage of your attacks, which is extremely strong. And it's also extremely strong on attacks that hit multiple times, like this storm that we're looking at right here. But it doesn't really synergize too well with anything that I'm going with right now. I think I'm going to just be taking Sly Bunny, going for the tempo. We're just kind of going like a good tempo deck right here. Getting a lot of value out of these cards like Unleash the Hounds and Sly Bunny. And now our only choice is the rest site. And let's go rest. Just like Slay the Spire, you can rest and heal your health, or you can upgrade a card. And the rest is a full heal, and it gives you this golden heart thing. You might be wondering what that is. This golden heart is a extra life, basically. It's a bit of a weird mechanic, so when you die, you give up the extra life to come back to life, full health. You kill all the enemy monsters, and get rid of all your curses. It makes the game like a lot easier than it has to be, I think. I'm sure there's a dungeon level that gets rid of that in the future. But it's not ridiculously overpowered, because you are in the case where if your deck is not strong enough to fight this thing that's killing you, it's most likely just going to keep killing you over and over again. It can save you in certain situations. I'm not sure if the game needs it though, but it's something that the game does have. I'm wondering if I should full heal. What's the map looking like here? So after this, I'm getting an event and a treasure chest. I don't have much other choice, because my only choice right after is the event. Fighting another elite would be cool. So it looks like I think I'm just going to upgrade here. The upgrade for Sly Rabbit, it gains control of 4 enemies. Like I said, the upgrade for Unleash the Hounds goes from 2 dogs per enemy animal to 3 dogs, which is really good. I like that a lot. So I'm going to do the upgrade on that. And now we're going to get a random event here. So just like with everything else, once you climb this dungeon, you can look at the event that you get before you go to it. It doesn't matter here, but if you ever get an event that you really don't want, it doesn't even tell you what the events do, but if you do get those memorized, you can potentially skip it. So this one, I get 3 choices: restore 100 HP, remove a card. Okay, so there's only 2 cards that I want to keep. It removes 1 card from 3 random ones. So even in the unluckiest situation, I'll be removing one of these really bad cards. I think the unluckiest situation would be giving me Overstrike, Unleash the Hounds, and Sly Bunny. I would really like to get rid of Mortar. I'd really like to get rid of anything other than that, honestly. I can lose gold to restore HP. Sounds terrible. I can just restore HP with nothing else. Also sounds terrible. Why would I not pick this first one? Cool. I can get rid of Mortar. I kind of want to keep Alpaca. I want to keep Overstrike. Overstrike is a good game ender earlier, especially against this boss that we're about to fight, the Magus. I'll explain his whole gimmick soon once we actually get to fight him. And now we get to get relics. So let's see what we get from this one. Egg of Midas. I do not like this relic at all. So at the start of your combat, I had 1 Chick. Chick is basically the weakest unit in the game. They're made to swarm very hard. You can see their stats. They have 6 health, 6 attack. Not very good by themselves, but you can do some pretty cool synergies with them. So at the start of combat, add 1 Chick Phantom into your hand for every 50 gold that you have. I want to spend my gold. I don't know where the nearest shop is now, because the next floor is not being shown to me. But I really want to spend my gold. Gold is super important. So, speaking of gold being super important, I can spend the 10 gold to actually look at what's in the other chest. At the start of your turn, upgrade 1 random card in your hand for the rest of combat. This is amazing. This is probably one of the strongest. I don't know. I don't know enough about the game to say that kind of stuff. But in my experience, one of the strongest early relics in the game. This is very good. I'm going to get a lot of value out of that. We have 400 gold. I really want to go to that shop, but the thing that bums me out is that if I go to the shop, I won't be able to fight another elite. I don't think I'm strong enough to fight the other elite right now. But if I go to an event and a normal battle, I think I will become strong enough, maybe? And if not, if I really am worried about it, I can just go to the rest site. I can shop next act. I'm not like in a position where I am too scared to not shop. A reason I'm a bit scared to fight the elites and why I want to fight them so early is this difficulty modifier increases elites HP by 20% every time you defeat an elite. So every time I defeat an elite, the next elite's going to be stronger. So I feel like I want to do as many early elites as I can, because the early elites are the easiest ones, at least in my experience. So what I think I'm going to do is go to this random event, Creeping Coins. Okay, I gain 150 gold and the fight, or gain 50 gold. I don't know what we're fighting, but if I remember correctly, the fight gives us the card reward that we're going to be needing to be able to fight this elite. Oh, this guy's annoying. Invalid gift. So this, I think he's called Goldfish. He has this passive called Invalid Gift that makes, basically your cards unupgradable. If you ever got upgrades on them, they're just gone. It reverts every single card to its original status. So it'd be really, really super annoying. And we also got this Treant guy who will, just simply deal damage to us, I think. I think we can kill this Treant like right away almost. So the assault ponies will deal 20 damage each. I can go for the full greed and strike him to guarantee that he's dead. Or I can not be greedy and I can taunt the 10 damage away. I'll have more options to deal damage to him in the future. Oh yeah, especially when I have a mortar here. I'm gonna unleash, yeah, Unleash the Hounds kills him. Cool. Do I want to, no, I want to taunt. So he's attacking 3 times, so taunt only affects 1 attack, not all 3. But it's cool because it didn't do enough damage to actually kill the alpaca. What am I doing here? I'll play some more assault ponies. The assault ponies are decent early. You want to get rid of them later because they're practically useless later. I guess I'll just unleash some hounds. Do I strike or do I alpaca? He's getting an extra cast 1, so I'll alpaca back here. I want to try and not take a lot of damage this fight. Just keep assault ponying him and alpaca him so I don't take any damage. He's at 300 life. Sucks I'm not getting any value out of... Oof. Out of the Sly Bunny right now. What are these? Oh, he's playing chicks. Oh, I should have played those Unleash the Hounds very, very quicker. Very, because I didn't get much value because my turrets back here and my character's auto attack were actually just killing those chicks, which sucks. I'm gonna alpaca here. I'm gonna be hit by 5×3, which is pretty bad. What am I doing? More just alpacas. I'll keep doing alpacas until I draw into Overstrike, I think. I think next turn I'm definitely drawing Overstrike, so I'm just gonna deal as much damage as I can. There it is, and then he is dead. Overstrike 100 damage, very good early game ender. Now let's add a card to our deck. We talked about Ruins Rebirth already. Not very good at the moment. Maybe we'll be good later with synergies. We got Crossfire, which is just a better version of the Mortar card. We remove Mortar? Yes, we did. Which might be useful because we have to get 1 mortar at the start of combat. If we start getting other relics and cards that benefit buildings, this could be pretty powerful. The upgraded goes to 2 mortars on each side symmetrically. So it summons 4 mortars, which is 4 damage per second, and it's really hard for the enemy to destroy. But then we got Chick Nest, which I really like this card actually. It's a building that you can just place in your territory, and it'll just keep on summoning these chicks. And like I said, the chicks are very weak, but they're meant to swarm, and you can get some really cool synergies off with them. Seeing how my deck is looking right now, I'm much more inclined to pick this chick hut, because we're looking to be going a whole bunch of animals right now. So I'm gonna take that. So my plan was to have this random event do something, but the random event was literally a fight that just gave extra gold. So instead of doing a normal battle, I think I'm just going to do another random event. A blue crystal. 1 strike plus. Ugh. Or I can just leave and not get any of that. Strike plus isn't too bad. It's just a strike, but it's upgraded. When it's upgraded, it deals 32 damage twice, 64 damage. Not terrible at all, much better than the normal strike. The thing that worries me is that it's not really what our build is. But just getting gold, I don't think I want to get the wound. I don't know, the wound is... No, I'll get strike plus, 64 damage, why not? Let's see what elite you get. Okay, so these guys are actually really scary, Broodmate Dragons. If you're familiar with Slay the Spire Act 1 elites, this is the equivalent of the Tri-Sentinel fight that I'll see if I can edit into the screen right here. I'll open it up and show you. There's 3 of them, and they all alternate between attacking and applying these Shiver curses to you, which are literally those, I think they're called Dazed in Slay the Spire. They're curses and they auto-exhaust at the end of your turn, and they alternate between attacks. So the first turn, the middle guy's going to attack, and the 2 guys at the side are going to curse you. Second turn, the 2 guys at the side are going to attack, but the middle guy's going to curse you, and it's going to keep alternating like that. This is where Unleash the Hounds is actually really good. So our goal here, just like the Tri-Sentinel fight and Slay the Spire, is to kill one of the side dudes as quick as possible. Because that makes the fight a whole lot easier. Instead of being attacked or cursed by 2 things at once, you're only being attacked and cursed one at a time, basically. So what we're going to do is we can play these dogs. Cool thing about dogs is that most of the dog summoning cards you can play literally anywhere. Other cards you can just play in your own territory. But we can just play the dogs on top of this guy with the lowest HP. That's going to be dealing a whole bunch of damage. I want to taunt off that 22 damage. And perhaps I get this Overstrike. The Overstrike was upgraded by Evolutional Amber. I think this is much more worth playing than the Assault Pony right now. I'm not sure how much damage these dogs are going to do. There were 9 of them. But maybe it just one-shots this guy. Let's see. No, it did not. Oh, and I skipped my turn because the Overdraw. I took so much damage there. Okay. So the strike gets him killed. I'm going to play a chicken nest back here. Unleash the Hounds on this guy. Deal 32 damage. I'm going to have to tank 22 more damage here. I think I'm going to have to rest after this. This fight's really scary, like I said. Oh my god, 22 more damage. Oof. I really hope I can kill this guy. The chicks need to get there faster. 14. Okay, I have an alpaca to actually block that. Sure, I'll kill you. Okay, he's about to die to just simply the Mortar. And now my alpacas are upgraded from the relic. So now I think we're pretty much set here. I don't think we have a chance of dying. It's a bit annoying because he's cursing me a whole bunch. And see all of our chickens coming out through that egg. They're not doing much by themselves right now. The auto attack from the enemy. Ooh, I need to play cards. And cool, we actually win. The auto attack from the enemy one-shots them all. But it does distract them from attacking other enemies or other minions that I have on the board. And it also synergizes really well with certain cards that I'm hoping we're going to be getting soon. So we got 88 gold. Monster meat. I think that's actually a relic. It's called Meat on a Bone and Slay the Spire. Does the exact same thing. Heals you if you're at low health. We're going to add 1 card to our deck. So Headhunting Rabbit. Deal 24 damage to all enemies. And summon a rabbit for each enemy leader. That kind of goes with the Unleash the Hounds. With summoning more things based on how many enemies there are. I'm not sure how much I like Headhunting Rabbit though. We have a second Unleash the Hounds, which can be crazy. Can be very crazy. Angry Sheep. It's an interesting card. I think my last deck that I won with was an Angry Sheep build. You summon 3 sheeps, and sheep don't actually like fight. They once they contact an enemy, they'll just explode. Shows for 15 damage. And it plays the top card of your draw pile. Or if it is an Angry Sheep. But it'll just add 1 copy of the card to the discard pile. If you're familiar with the card Anger in Slay the Spire, it's very similar to that. The cool thing about this though is once you upgrade it, it'll play the top card if it's any animal. It doesn't even have to be Angry Sheep. So that's pretty cool, but I don't feel like going a full Angry Sheep build right now. It'll just kind of... Basically how this works is every time you go through your deck, you'll have more and more Angry Sheeps until your deck is like 50% Angry Sheeps. And all the Angry Sheeps do is explode. They don't have much more impact other than that. I think we're going to be going with another Unleash the Hounds. Okay, cool. We got ourselves a special campsite, which kind of sucks because I really want to rest because I have 29 HP and I'm about to fight the boss. I'll show you what we can do with this. I'm not actually going to do it. The special campsites that you get, you can apply an enchantment to a card instead of upgrading it. So this one we can apply Self-Assertive. Will be played from your deck when it's referred to by the effect of another card. There's another card that has it. I'm not even sure what that means. I think there's cards that say search your deck for the first horse card or the first horse summoning card that you find. And I think at that point the self-assertive will activate. Right now that literally does nothing for my deck if I understand that correctly. We're going to go with full heal. We get all of our health back and we get the extra life. And we're about to fight this boss, the Magus. The Magus is kind of similar to Hexaghost in a way, only with one of his gimmicks. Which is his strongest spell can't be taunted, and it kind of charges up 6 flames, and you can't taunt that, so that's very dangerous. And every time you kill him, he'll resurrect from the dead next turn. I don't think there's nothing in Slay the Spire that's like that, is there? I'm trying to think, but I don't think I can. But I think he can die 3 times. Each time you kill him, it'll cancel his attack and everything. So once you start the fight, he looks like he's a lot weaker than he is. I think he has like, what, 300 life or something? But then he keeps on reviving and keeps on doing very scary attacks. 280. Okay. He's about to summon minions, which is cool. Hopefully we draw Sly Bunny next turn to actually deal with that. So what do we do? I think we want to build a chicken nest. A lot of bosses have AoE attacks. And the AoE attacks will actually damage your buildings. So it's kind of really important where you put your buildings. I think I'm going to put him like right here. It'll take long for the chicks to actually get into the battle, but it will get there eventually. This fight's going to be lasting longer than any fight that we've had so far. Summon 1 alpaca. I'm going to summon 3 dogs. Yeah, just like right on. Do I do it right on top of him? So I think if I do it right on top of him, it'll kill. They'll start attacking the minion that he spawns, and I kind of want to take control of those minions with the Sly Rabbit we're going to be drawing within the next 2 turns. So I'll play him back here, give him some time. And sure, do we strike or do we alpaca? Alpaca guarantees we don't take damage next turn. I'll play alpaca back here. And we can strike obviously too, because these 2 curse cards in my deck count as cards, of course. We did not get the Sly Bunny, and these are horses that are about to come and kill us. Not gonna kill us, literally do a lot of damage. And I didn't want to do overdraw there, did not want to skip my next turn. Okay, the Sly Rabbit has no minions to take control of, unfortunately. But I'm gonna be killing him right here now. This is his big ignore taunt move, but we killed him and interrupted it, which is pretty cool. Oh, I can take control. I think I took control of his horses right there, but the game's kind of paused. Yes, I did. Very cool. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. He's about to summon minions. I'll unleash the hounds there. And I'll just play this strike. Ooh, a bear. I want that bear. I'm just gonna play cards really quick until I get Sly Bunny before that bear dies. Give me Sly Bunny, give me. Yes, 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 yes. I got him. I got both the bears. Awesome. If I had better reaction time, I would have played Unleash the Hounds before, but whatever. The bears are really strong units. They have really good stats. I can't see their stats right now, but you can see them just not dying here and dealing damage to the enemy. Let's play a bunch of alpacas. I think the horses just deal more damage. It is upgraded too. I want to deal damage to set him up for death, so I don't have to deal with his untauntable move. Guess I'll just play alpacas. And I think this is his last form. His 400 health left. This fight has gone much more smoother than I thought it would. I think a big part of that is me taking control of his bears at the right spot. And now he is dead. Act 1 boss defeated. This video has been going for very long, oh my god. Okay, cool. So we get cool cards. We get much rarer cards than normal. Clone is something that I really like. It's a spell, you can aim it anywhere you want, and it doubles the animals within that area, which is extremely powerful with certain animals. Golden Nest, summon a chicken for every 15 chicks defeated. This goes really well with our normal. It's just a normal chicken nest. Yeah, chicken nest and golden nest. So every time 15 chicks get defeated, this will summon a chicken, and chicken is a stronger version of the chick, and the chicken actually just produces a bunch of chicks around him. Or I guess it would be her, right, since it's producing chicks. So, this goes really well with any kind of chick deck. I'm really thinking I should get this right now. And we also got Overdose, which is something I'm not a huge fan of. It's a epic for Lilith's Techniques. So yeah, both of these are Zootropical cards, and this one is a Lilith's Technique card. So this is specific to the class that I'm playing. Overload 2, which sucks. That at this point it means I skip the next turn, unless I get a card draw relic after this. Draw 3 cards, so I'm able to... Yeah, that's pretty good. I lose 5 HP, which sucks. So what would I even be able to draw with that anyways? It's not like I have a big combo I'm trying to go for a 1-turn kill. I'm gonna go for the Golden Nest here. Let's see what relics we get. Oh, this is part of the season dungeon thing. You have like a little story module, and you obtain loot. And loot is it's really weird. It's almost like a curse, because it's a very low impact card. All it does is give you 2 intelligence, which like isn't terrible, but you're going to want like a lot more from the cards that you play. But once you bring it back from the dungeons, once you win the game with this in your hand, or with this in your deck, you'll get experience points, which is used for another game mode, the quest mode, which I tried it a few times. I don't really understand it. It's really weird. I might look into it in the future in a second video. But basically, at this point, it's a curse. We don't want it in our hand. It doesn't do much for us. But now we're looking for the relics. A lot of boss relics, similar to Slay the Spire. Well, the Slay the Spire boss relics give you energy a lot of the time, right? These relics, a lot of the time, will give you extra draw, which is basically like getting energy because your cards are your resources. So we have this. Extra draw 1, like I mentioned, so we draw 1 more card every turn. And every time you lose HP, gain 3 intelligence. That would be very good if I was going a attack deck. I am not, though. Upgraded strikes do get benefit off of intelligence twice, which is cool. Chisel of the Grand Architect. Buildings will be built with 1 barrier. I like that. That gives extra draw, and the barrier that defends the mortar we start off with, which is like, who cares? But it also defends the chicken huts and the golden nests. These both exhaust too. The exhaust just gets rid of them from your deck. So you can only play them once, and if that building dies, you can never play it again. Giving it barrier, which is makes it ignore its first hit of damage, can make that happen a lot less. And then Charming Target, this doesn't give overdraw, but it applies taunt to all animals that you play. That can be ridiculously amazing with the chickens and the chicks. But I think at this point I'd much rather the extra draw and defending the buildings. So let's click on that. And let's go to Act 2. This video is like almost 50 minutes long. I'm wondering if I should just split this up. I don't think anyone would watch this far in. Let's see what we got here. We want to shop, I think, definitely. We also want to fight elites. We can only do one or the other. Nah, No, I can go through the middle. I can fight that elite. Get the normal battle. Get the shop. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's see what fight we get. Warrior Bear. Okay, so they just, every single turn they'll gain barrier, which sucks. It's really hard to fight if you're a deck that revolves around big hitting attacks. But we're a deck that revolves around summoning a whole ton of animals that attack them a whole bunch of times. So these guys are pretty easy for us, I think. Watch me lose after saying that. They also summon a bunch of minions, which makes Unleash the Hounds very good. Unfortunately, I drew both of my Unleash the Hounds right at the beginning. And the Sly Bunny too. Oh, that sucks. I'll play both the Unleash the Hounds though, on both sides. Do I play the bunnies or the strike? I can play everything in my hand. What am I talking about? Because of these curses that were automatically put into my deck, or in my hand right here. These curses, I'll receive 1 jamming, or just 1 week. I don't know why they just didn't call it weak. Receive 1 week at the end of your turn. So I'll be receiving 2 week here. Not a big deal because I don't really care too much about attacks. It does suck if I want to end the game with an overstrike really, though. 24 damage, and I'll play the bunny. Sucks that I'm not getting the effect. Oh, another thing that makes those wards basically useless is my mortar constantly attacking them. Cool. So we got our chicken nest and our golden nest going on. Got Unleash the Hounds, getting a lot of value. I don't think I need to play alpacas. I will anyways. It's better than playing the gain 3 intelligence. This is a terrible hand. I'll just play all my strikes though. Why not? Should I play overstrike? This game gives you some hard choices. Yeah, I'll get some damage in. I won't exactly skip my next turn. Oh, I can take control of his bears. Very cool. Because of that extra draw, I'm no longer skipping the next turn when I overload. These guys don't actually do straight up attacks. They're more about summoning a whole bunch of minions. So the taunt isn't too useful. Okay, I'll kill this guy. I'll do the overdraw or overstrike. Too many words. Or take control of your bear there. Sly Bunny's so powerful in the right situations. Unleash the Hounds. Do Assault Pony. These guys are frozen. I'm not sure how they're frozen or how long that lasts, but it kind of sucks. I wish they weren't frozen. It looks like this fight hasn't gone long enough to actually get value from this golden nest here, which sucks. It looks like I'm gonna have to be getting more cards that give chicks to actually get more value out of that. But there we go. I think I took some damage that fight, or did I? I don't know. So King of the Beasts can only be played. So it summons 2 lions. Lions are very powerful units. They also have taunt. Can only be played if you have played at least 1 animal this turn. Which I have so many. Yeah, I think I'll always be playing an animal every turn. Generous Rabbit summons 2 rabbits and gives you a carrot your next turn, and the carrot, basically you play it and it just draws a card. So it's kind of like summon 2 rabbits and draw an extra card next turn. It's basically what this says. Polar Bear, summon 2 Polar Bear. Black Bear exists, summon an extra Polar Bear. Polar Bears are decent units, Black Bears are amazing units. I don't have a way of summoning Black Bears. I think I'm gonna go King of the Beasts. Very solid unit. Right now all of our units are low life. King of the Beasts. Or except for like the alpacas, but the alpacas don't attack, right? Defensive, no assault attack. King of the Beast, they have a melee AoE. I think it's going to be really powerful. It's already upgraded too. Yes, let's go. So I said I'm going to fight this elite. Ugh, Monster House. Monster House really sucks. Every time something deals 5 or more damage to him, he'll summon a random animal. That's a very good way to get yourself killed. Certain decks, if you're hitting him a lot, like say if I hit him with this strike, he'll summon 2 random animals. And I don't have any AoE. I have Unleash the Hounds, which scales off. And I also have Sly Bunny, which can control his animals. So I'm not too worried, honestly. I can actually do some pretty cool stuff with that. I can guarantee that I get a big Unleash the Hounds off and a good Sly Bunny off with that. So I think my deck's actually really good for this fight. Let's go. What do? I'll do alpaca here and alpaca here to taunt both of the attacks. And then I get 2 lions. Cool. See, the lions took like no damage there. I'll put the chicken nest here at this point to get him a lot closer. Oh my god, he summoned a dragon and my Sly Bunny should take control of that dragon. I told you I can do some really cool stuff. I'll just play assault ponies, whatever. I'm really surprised I'm not removed from my deck at this point. He has some weird tank thing that's pretty scary. Okay, good thing I put the chickens there. I'm gonna deal. Oh, look at this, 32 Unleash the Hounds. So the chickens are actually in the fight, which will get a chicken to spawn from my golden nest very soon. Getting some very big Unleash the Hounds here. Very nice to see. Sucks I have no AoE damage though to deal with all of his minions. This is actually looking pretty bad. I need to taunt off these hits. See, I'm getting a few chickens here right now. And once those chickens get into the fight, maybe they'll do something useful. Sly Bunny, take control of his scary monsters. I don't want to strike here, I really don't. I don't know. Should I? Sure. 45 Unleash the Hounds. I'm gonna play the Unleash the Hounds right on top of him. And see, that's what happens. That's what you don't want to do. Uh-oh. See, there's things like this that completely change the way that you play the game. Very similar to Slay the Spire with Gremlin Knob making you not want to play skills and whatnot. 315 Unleash the Hounds. Will this kill him? Question mark. Well, I'm dead. So this is where we get to use the extra lives. You see all the animals that he has here? It'll destroy all of his animals. And now my dogs. Wow. What was that? So that was me abusing the extra life mechanic. To be fair, I don't think it's too much like an exploit. I think that's what the mechanic is meant to do. It really sucks that I lost that. It really sucks that I lost that extra life though, because that can be very useful later. I underestimated the monster house very much. The monster house is very annoying. So fire blowing root. Deal 10 damage to all enemy leaders at the start of your turn. Cool. Not terrible. So we got ultimatum. Transform into full burst and send to your draw pile. So it has no effect the first time you play it. But it gives you this card, deal 20 damage, repeat this for 1 time. Repeat this 1 time for each other attack you've played this combat. That seems extremely powerful in an attack deck. That's not what we are though. Chicken egg, at the start of your turn add 2 chick phantom. That is amazing for our build. I think I'm gonna go with that. Dog Summoner is an interesting card. It's not something that you want to have, it's not something that you want to have in a big bloated deck. We have 15 cards. Wouldn't be too bad, and I'm planning on removing cards the first shop we see anyways. But chicken egg though, this is kind of like a power. It gives you a permanent effect where at the start of each turn you add 2 chicks to your hand. The chicks are phantoms, which means that they'll be removed after it's played. It's not even an exhaust, it's just gone. It doesn't trigger exhaust effects or anything. But the thing is, this gives you 2 cards every turn. So if I don't want to play the chicks, if I have better cards to play, I can just not play the chicks and just play those cards instead. I think this card's extremely powerful, especially when we start getting into the whole chicken synergy thing. So I'm going to take that. And we're doing this Muddy Slime. We're not fighting the elite, because for 1, I'm kind of scared. And for 2, if we fight this guy, this normal battle, we'll be able to go up to the shop. We have 1,000 gold. It's going to be a very good shop. Summon Cap. Spawned animals become cat until 1 card is played. And yeah, cats are the most useless unit ever. They just kind of wander around with 1 HP and do nothing. So I want to pay attention to that. Make sure I don't waste like my lions. Turn them into cats. So I have 2 of that. Chicken egg right away. So my alpacas they'll all turn into cats and they'll all just wander around. He has a tank out there. 15 Unleash the Hounds. Wow, I did not know that did that. Did I take control? I did take control of that. Okay, let's go. Fuck. I kind of missed my turn there. I'll do a chicken nest up here. And let's get my lions out. What do I play now? I'm just gonna play the strike, 64 damage. Set him up for death very soon. Cool. Golden eggs, they got upgraded through my relic. These guys are gonna start doing some value off maybe if I don't just straight up kill him. He gave me that cat debuff again. Gotta be careful. Unleash the Hound just summons. So I don't really care about wasting my chicks. At this point he's dead. He did damage to me somehow. Not sure how. But there we go. And then my relic made me just heal that back up. Chick party, yes. This is basically the biggest chick card that you can get, I think. I'm probably wrong with that. So Lilith's technique common. Just straight up summons 20 chicks. So that just straight up. The chicks will die in one hit to everything. So that just straight up gets more chickens out, which is pretty cool. Dual summon, your next animal will be played twice. What is that good on? It's good on Unleash the Hounds, I guess. It's good on King of Beasts, I don't know. I'm gonna go Chick Party. Pack Alpaca. I've never actually taken this card. It doesn't look good at all. It just summons, it's like this is upgraded. But its first version only summons, I believe, is it 1 Alpaca? Every time you upgrade it, it summons 2 more, and it can be upgraded any number of times. But like you'd rather upgrade another card. Like instead of upgrading this for 2 more alpacas, I'd much rather upgrade this for 10 more chicks. Or like King of Beasts, or King of Beasts already upgraded. I'd much rather upgrade Unleash the Hounds, Golden Nest, there's so many things. Oh, Chicken Egg makes it not exhaust. That's not too big a deal. I mainly want that just for the 2 extra cards. So Chick Party. Or Chicken Build now. Sale, 50. When you go in the shops, you have random chances of it being on sale, it being a luxurious shop, which just gives you very expensive cards. I was kind of hoping for that since I have 1,000 gold. Sale is pretty nice though. This is the shop. Another Chick Party, another Chicken Nest. Golden Wallet, Cherry Golem. Gnome Fish. We don't have buildings, do we? No, we do not. Oh yeah, what am I talking about? Yes, we do. We have Chicken Nests. So I can apply Opening, which is, Opening puts it on the top of your drop pile at the start of combat, so it makes you draw it first every single combat. I can put Opening onto my golden nest, which I think will be very powerful, especially when I have a lot of chick parties to play. So I'm going to purchase those as well, and then we also have a card service. You can pay money to remove one of your basic cards, which like I said, these are all terrible. Or you can actually sell cards, which is a neat little feature. If you pick up a card and discover that you just don't want it anymore, you can sell it and you actually get money back from that. I don't want to sell any of my cards right now. I think my weakest card at the moment, I mean it would be this, but it only gives me 20 gold, right? Weakest card at the moment might be the unupgraded Unleash the Hounds, or maybe the Sly Bunny. They're both like really conditional, but I'm going to keep all of those. I'm going to get rid of a... Let's see. I have the Evolutional Amber that can upgrade the strikes into something actually useful. But the upgrade of Assault Pony only gives 2 more horses. And I have way better damage dealing potential than that, so I'm going to remove the Assault Pony. 654 gold left. I don't think I want to buy any of these though. I can potentially buy the Golden Wallet. I mean, I don't see why not, honestly. I'm gonna purchase that. You can also borrow gold. Borrowing gold gives you this curse in your deck. I don't think it's ever really worth it. There might be like very few situations where it is worth. So do I buy Cherry too? Screw it, I'm gonna buy Cherry. The cards here, so we talked about Polar Bear. The only one we haven't talked about is Deja Vu. Discard your hand, add 1 copy of the discarded card into your draw pile, draw that. That can be really good with my cards that exhaust. I don't know. The best case scenario, I mean, I can double up on Golden Nest and Chicken Nest, but I don't think that's really worth it. especially when I have chick parties. And the 2 cards down here, similar to Slay the Spire, that has colorless cards. That's basically what these are, the basic cards. So rabbit, it just summons 1 rabbit, and that's all. It has a self-assertive enchantment that we talked about. This looks awful. And the carrot, I think we talked a little bit about the carrot. This is only good in your deck if you have exhaust synergies, I think, or like any synergies that will do something based on how many cards you played. It's both of those useless. 344 gold left. I'm just gonna skip out on that. Let's see, Twin Seeds. Whenever you generate a card into your hand, create 1 additional copy. I don't think any of my cards generate cards, do they? That sucks. If I was in the middle here, I'd be able to pick other chests. But right now I'm just gonna get this useless relic. Hey, another shot very quickly. I'd much rather collect a bunch more gold, though. I don't know. I'm just gonna go for this random event. A strange bird. Remove 1 random card from your deck, add 1 random epic card. Reduce max HP, obtain 1 random relic. Or just fight. So if I remove 1 random card is really scary. I can remove my golden nest, which would like be really bad. Obtain 1 random relic or fight. I'm gonna obtain the relic. That's like fighting an elite. A mushroom. Restore 10% HP at the start of combat. Oh wow. Restore 10% HP at the end of combat and at the start of combat now. Cool. So because I have increased enemy dropped gold by 25%, instead of taking the events, I'm gonna take the hallway fights. Just get a whole bunch of gold. Okay, Assault Captain. He's not too scary because I'm not a building deck. Yes, I am. I have buildings. I keep forgetting that these are buildings. Let's see what we're doing here. So he's gonna... See, this apple toppings give him animal attack damage, which really sucks. To be fair, I have sly bunnies, though. Chicks, go kill that black bear. Chicken egg. This is looking really good so far. Oh, cool. The barrier saved that. Very good. King of the Beast to taunt them off. And I'm just gonna play all my chicks. I don't need intelligence. And now we got our chicken spawning here. They're very slow, but they're gonna get there eventually. Something I really want to get is a something to get those chickens to move faster. There are a few ways you can do that. I'm really hoping I can see at least one soon. Sly bunny, no. Gotta unleash the hounds at least. See, these are a lot of chicks. This is exactly the situation that I want this deck to be in. And now that these chicks are in the fight, he just can't attack enough to kill them all. And yeah, the chicks just kinda demolish him. So many chicks. Another golden nest. Ugh. Don't even look at the other ones. So we go for the hallway fight again. Oh, another guy like this. It's back for round 2, I guess. I need to get this opening golden nest upgraded ASAP. Unleash the hounds right in the middle there. Sly bunny? No. I really want the sly bunny to take control of that black bear. I'll just do 64 damage, why not? Still no. King of Beasts is getting a lot of value in these fights. Two black bears. Well, it's just going just like how the last fight went, basically. It's gonna get to the point where there's a bunch of chicks on him. And he is dead. Just like last time, they didn't even get a hit on me. Another chick party, this is nuts. Think twice. I don't think it's very good. I don't really understand this. So you just draw one card. So you have to draw the card to actually get it, and then you play it to draw another card. But if Think Twice is in your discard pile, draw 2 cards instead. That's the upgrade for it. So this requires you to have multiple of it in your deck, which I don't really understand. But the Chick Party is already upgraded. Burning Ritual, add Fireball and Goat to your hand. Not good for this deck. Fireball is a very powerful spell, or very powerful attack. You can deal 100 damage in a big, huge AoE, which can be extremely powerful. But we're going to be taking the Chick Party, because we're going a chicken deck right now. And remember when I said I wanted to get that opening Golden Nest upgraded as soon as possible? There it is. And now we're going to fight this boss, the World Saver. This boss is super interesting. Basically, there's 2 of them. There's 2 guys. 2 different guys with different attacks. I don't know exactly what their attacks are right now. But once one of them dies, the other will cancel their move to resurrect their partner. Every time they're resurrected, they get less and less HP. But they can do that basically infinitely nearly. So you have to really time and position your cards in a way where both of them die in the same turn basically. And if you can't do that, the fight can get way out of hand. So let's see how this goes. I think my deck is extremely powerful right now, and I have 2 lives left anyways. So I've been playing the Golden Nest down here, which maybe I need to stop doing. I should play them up here, because that way they get to the fight faster. And I'll play a Chicken Nest over here. So I'll have chicks going this direction, chickens going this direction. I want to split my damage up as evenly as possible in this fight. And I'll play Chicken Egg. This is a very good starting turn right now. And now the fight starts. Another Golden Nest. Play Golden Nest like in the middle, why not? Unleash the Hounds already gets some value. And just spam my chickens and get a taunt over there. Another Chicken Nest, place it right there. Get my chicks in, and the lions will be very helpful. And the Chick Party. Do I overdraw? I don't know. I'll just do a chick. Okay, they got a bear out. I got a bear, but the bear's gonna die to my millions of chicks. Oh my god, this is way too many chicks. Okay, I put way too many resources on the right there, so I have to start going to the left. It looks like or other way around. Left and right, got my left and rights mixed up. So he's gonna resurrect his partner here if I don't kill him this turn. Let's see what happens. Theoretically, I can just sit here and wait for my chicks to damage him down. And that's exactly what I did. There is a turn timer, obviously, that lets you stop sitting there waiting forever. But I was able to wait long enough. So that fight, I think I made it look much easier than it actually is. If you're not able to kill both of them at once, like I said, it can get out of hand. Another Golden Nest, dude! Patchy the Puppy is a really interesting card. So the card itself just summons 1 dog, which is extremely weak. But the thing is, every time you play another animal, you'll play this card from your draw pile along with it. And the upgrade is you play it from your draw pile or your discard pile. So every single animal you play will come with 1 dog if you have this in your deck. And Moonlight, 7 rabbits, restores HP. I'm not a big fan of this. I don't think I'm ever going to take it in this deck, especially since I have Blood Potion and Dried Frozen Mushroom. Healing is not something I need to worry about. A 3rd Golden Nest? Okay. And then we get this event, we get another piece of loot, which is basically the same thing. So, Palladium Timer, extra draw loses effect after 5 turns. Like I said, a lot of the card draw that you get in the game has some sort of downside. Just like this, extra draw 1, lose 20 intelligence at the start of combat. Like, I'm not really relying on attacks, but that does really suck with Strike. Strike Plus is dealing 40 less damage because of that. That is really bad. The strikes are getting some value, not a lot, But Witch's Broom is a relic that I really like. So as you know, if you have 2 cards in your hand, your turn will end. If you have the Witch's Broom, your turn ends when you have 1 card in your hand instead. Extremely powerful. It's basically like drawing an extra card, because you're able to play more cards a turn. So let's get that in. Love that relic. Let's see if we can win Act 3. I'm wondering if we even take elite fights. I think I'm gonna normal battle, shop. If I'm feeling very cocky, I'll go for the elite. We fought, what, like 3 elites already, so it'll have 60%. Well, let's show you if you forgot. Because of this rule right here in the middle, I think it'll have 60% HP boost. And I don't remember what the Act 3 elites are. Ugh, invalid gift, come on. I think I mentioned that before. This guy reverts all of your upgrades and enchantments. So this will no longer have opening. It'll no longer be upgraded. It's not like the worst. Maybe I just want to save my gold anyways. I'll fight him, yeah. Oh, and there's 3 of them. Uh-oh. Okay, golden nest, chicken nest, chick party. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I had a Witch's Broom. I'm gonna be doing that a lot. And we also get to unleash the hounds. I'll do it on the lowest life guy right here. They're about to apply curses to me, which sucks. Another golden nest. Oh, I need taunts. Why don't I have taunts? Uh-oh. I'm gonna take 5 times 9 damage here. That kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Well, rip. Took too long for that turn. Oh, 5 times 9 again. Uh-oh. So a big problem with my deck at the moment is its lack of taunts. Or I have King of Beast, right? It's not upgraded anymore, which sucks. Okay, my chickens are doing their thing. I might die this fight. Very possible that I might die. Let's get an alpaca out to at least take 1 hit next turn. It's not taking any hits now. I'll get this guy on the left killed as soon as possible. And there we go. Let's play all my chicks. I guess I'll get intelligence. Cool. Actually, it doesn't look like I will be dying here, because my chickens are just too strong. Like, it takes a while to scale up with this deck. The beginning parts are quite rough. As you just saw there, I took so much damage. But once you get your buildings out, you start doing much better. Sure Dog the Great. I really like this card. You summon 1 dog, and it looks through your next 3 cards in your draw pile, and it'll play all of the animals there. So like, best case scenario, this can play a dog and 3 different animals. The thing that worries me though is that I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 animals. I guess King of Beasts is an animal. Unleash the Hounds is also. Yeah, I think that can get some decent value. Build 2 sheep hut. Sheep, I think I mentioned it before, they just explode on death. This is basically the chicken nest that we have, but for sheep. There's some cool synergies you can do with sheep, but we don't got any of those. We talked about Burning Ritual already. What do goats do? I think goats, if I remember correctly, they do like an AoE attack around them every time you play a card. I'm gonna go Sure Dog the Great. Can get our chicks out a lot faster. So yeah, my plan was normal battle, shop, maybe elite. So this guy, I think this guy's pretty easy. He just gives me a curse that auto exhausts every now and then. Oh, there is 2 of them. Remember that we have Witch's Broom, so we can just play more cards. Look at all these chicks. Let's play them all at once in the same spot. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Sure Dog the Great, do your thing. The cool thing about Sure Dog the Great is that you can place him anywhere. Oh, he's playing sheep. Okay. I'd rather King of Beasts instead of Chick Party. Much rather, yeah. 20 Unleash the Hounds. Another golden nest, not that we need it. This is scary. I'm gonna take 30 damage here. Unless we got alpacas, which we do. We do take 20 damage. We got one of them killed. Like I said, I'm really hoping we get something to get these chickens to go faster than they are right now. There we go. Because the last boss that we're going to be fighting, if I remember correctly, I said Omega. He's kind of like the awakened one in Slay the Spire, because he has two. If you remember those guys I talked to all the way at the beginning of this, they're kind of like the cultist. Every single turn they scale to attack more and more. He has two of those in the beginning of the fight, so you need to be able to kill those quickly, which we have to think about when we look at what we're picking here. Continuous shelling, I think I mentioned this earlier. It's really strong in certain decks. Deal 10 damage, you look at the top two cards. If they're attacks, you play them all. I don't think we have a single attack other than the basic ones in our deck. Not really taking that. Headhunting Rabbit, 24 damage to all leaders. Summon a rabbit for each leader. I don't think that's very strong in our specific deck right now. And then Sly Bunny. Nah. I haven't been getting much value out of the one I already have. I think I'm gonna skip here. And one of the difficulty modifications is add 1 pollution to your deck every time you skip. A pollution is a curse. You'll see it adds here. You can actually just get rid of the curse just by resting, which maybe I'll do. I don't know. I want to go to the shop definitely. I'm gonna be doing the next fights here with this curse in my deck, which sucks. Luxury shop, but I don't have a lot of gold. I might sell something if I have to. Deal 1 damage, gain intelligence equal to deal damage. That is really strong if you already have intelligence going. It does exhaust though, so it's not like you can keep on scaling that. Not good for my deck. Charm, gain control of enemy animals within a selected area. Draft tank, we saw one of that guy before. Master's Top, if the top card of your draw pile is an attack card at the end of your turn, return it to your hand and continue your turn. Wow. Not for my deck though. 2 additional cards if you took damage. Chance to upgrade 1 random card in your deck at the end of combat. Not good when we're at the end of Act 3 right now. Oh, I want to get something here. Another King of Beasts, Siege Elephant. Deal 3 damage to all enemy leaders, restore HP. Nah. The elephants are tanky, but like... that's about it. Maybe just another King of Beasts. What's Utopia? Upgrade all your cards for the rest of combat. Wow. Does overload it? I don't know, because if I play my unupgraded Golden Nest and Chicken Nest before I play Utopia, Utopia's kind of useless. I'm gonna just get another King of Beasts. The card service. I'll remove a strike. The alpacas are still pretty nice for taunting. I think most decks would have more options for taunting. Well, yeah, even my deck has the lions, right? I got the second set of King of Beasts. But like, whatever. It's not a complete waste of a card. So I said if I was confident enough, I would fight the elite. Let's just see what it is. Oh, this guy's terrifying. I'm not confident with this at all, but I kind of want to show you this fight. This is one of the most interesting like fights in one of these deck building roguelike games that I've seen. It's a big giant spider, and he has a little gimmick where when the fight actually starts, because right now we're in kind of the pause mode where you can make our decision. When the fight starts, he'll just start walking towards you pretty slowly but surely, and if he gets to you, he'll kill you. No, it's not like a one-shot kill, but he'll start doing this melee attack that just does so much damage. So you're really set on a timer here. The scary thing about this fight is I do have 3 extra lives, but if he gets close to me, if he gets close enough to me to kill me, and then I use that extra life, he'll still be close enough to me, and he'll just kill me again. So this deck can be the game breaker. I hope it's not. Let's see, so we have to think really hard about what we're doing. Opening Golden Nest. Think that's a no-brainer. Think Chicken Egg is also a no-brainer. Sure Dog the Great. Give me all of my chick parties. Wow, thank you. And then Alpaca too. I think at this point I'd rather gain 15 intelligence than summon 1 rabbit, right? So let's just go. And now the fight starts. Chicken Egg, chick, chick, chick. Unleash the hounds. I'd rather an alpaca. I'm sure I'll unleash hounds right now. Oh, these King of Beasts are gonna be really nice. Wow, look at that, they're taunting all of his hits. Another golden nest. Place it. Okay, I think we've scaled enough with our chickens to make this fight a lot easier. I guess he walks towards buildings. I did not know that. I don't play buildings too often. Bremen Horn. This is kind of ridiculous. Summon 1 random animal every time 3 different animal cards are played. I think I mentioned earlier that some of the relics designs are really weird and like really kind of overpowered. This guy, this relic can summon like giant dragons when you just summon a chicken, right? I have that power. Where is it? I'm just gonna keep calling them powers even though that's not what they're called. Chicken Egg, that just gives me 2 chick cards every single turn. So that can literally just give me like giant dragons for playing those chicks. Yes, Megamorph! So this spell, it casts Megamorph on all your animals, and that gives them strength and HP. The HP, whatever, I don't care about. The chickens will die in 1 hit anyways. Maybe they won't with this. But the strength is amazing. This will make them deal so much damage, and they're already dealing a lot of damage. Let's see what the middle relic is. Every time you play 2 animal in a turn, summon 3 chick. Very, very good. I think I have enough chicks, though. I don't think I need more at this point. Let's see what the other one is. Summon 2 lions at the start of Elite and Boss Combat. Oof. I don't plan on fighting another Elite, that's the thing. I don't know. I'll get the chickens. We'll just keep going ham on this chicken build. Is there anything I can upgrade? I think I might want to rest. Do I? Yeah, I'll rest. Resting gets rid of that curse also, remember. Like, what high value upgrades do I realistically have? I can upgrade the Golden Nest. King of Beasts would be a really good upgrade. We have the relic at the start of your turn, upgrade 1 random card. But the more things we have upgraded, the more things that can hit. So I'm gonna rest, get rid of that pollution. Oh, I don't like this fight. Wells, I barely even understand it. He ignores taunts. And he has this timer. I'll just go into the fight and hope I don't die. He has this timer right there, and once that ticks down, he starts doing crazy attacks. He's one of the fights that I've ended runs to in the past. Do 64 damage. He's a lot of HP as well. I'm gonna have to scale this up really fast. Is this exhaust? It does not exhaust. Oh, I don't want to play it now though. What am I? I'll just do it. That sucks. That was a very low value Megamorph. Chick party. This guy doesn't AoE attack though. Oh, but I can just take control of him with Sly Bunny, right? He ignores taunts, so I'm not even gonna bother playing alpacas. Sure Dog the Grey, give me... Cool. Give me some good minions. Now, we're just gonna chicken it up. I'm gonna play these cards until I draw that Megamorph back again, and I think that's my win condition. His taking down thing is at 3 though, which is really scary. I don't exactly remember what he does, but he does ignore taunts, and he'll just attack me. I need to be playing this quicker, much quicker than I am. Give me my Megamorph. Okay, not this turn. Only 2 Unleash the Hounds. Looks like I don't even need it. My chickens are just too powerful. Clone? Do I need clone? No. I already have so many chickens. Clone, I think we talked about it. Double your animals within the selected area. I think I have more than enough animals. Like, it can be very, very powerful with my lions. That's about it though. Pack Alpaca I talked about, I think it's terrible. I think mortars are terrible on their own. They can synergize with buildings cards, but I'm gonna skip. I'll take the pollution. I don't want to bog my deck down with useless cards. I'm gonna do this normal battle. If I skip again, I'm gonna be resting. Another whale, come on. Not too worried honestly though. Especially with the starting hand. I even got a panda there. I think that sucks that I don't even know what these random minions that I'm spawning do. I don't know what the pandas do at all. I don't want to overstrike right now. Overstrike is really bad at this point. It was really good early when the monsters that I fought had like 300 HP. But now I'm fighting these monsters with like 7k HP. So not very good at the moment. There's my Megamorph. Kaboom! Look at how big these chickens got. And at this point I just let my chickens kill. Still hoping for a movement speed increase. But that fight did go a lot better than the last one. Your next 2 animal will be played twice. Deal 40 damage, gain barrier 1. If you have no barrier, gain 1 extra. Crossfire. I think your next animal will be played twice is kind of in the same deal as the clone that we skipped over earlier, where I already have more than enough chickens, I think. Oh, but the thing is I can't rest here at this next campfire. And I'll show you why. I think I'd much rather take dual summon than take the pollution, because I won't be able to get rid of the pollution. Here we go. So the reason I can't rest at this campfire is because I want to do this meditation. If you've played Slay the Spire at like if you like really got into the game and you know about the whole Act 4 heart fight, this is kind of similar in a way. I won't say too much right now. But basically, this is the last campfire before the final boss. You can rest or upgrade like normal, or you can meditation, which basically does nothing but unlock the final challenge, if you say. Which I've only ever beaten once. I'm really wondering if this deck is actually strong enough to beat it. It puts you on a time limit. I'll show you once we get in here, but here's Omega, the Act boss, inevitable. Sanctuary Guardian, final boss, technically. Act 3 boss, I should say. Like I said, he has 2 of these scaling bunny dudes that I want to get rid of as quick as possible. Okay, starting hand, I'd really rather actually have chickens. I'll place this alpaca to taunt the next attacks. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking a lot of damage if I'm not able to kill. Quickly. I'm gonna get a decent Megamorph off on my lion there. Try and kill the guy on the left. Oh, that's a lot of elephants. What's going on? Cool. I dual summoned my chick party. Cool. One on the left is dead. Do I have anything to take control of? Something summoning cats. What's summoning cats? I'm so confused. This is what I mean by the visual clutter of the game makes it kind of impossible to tell what's going on if you're not like experienced. Something was summoning cats and that was a bunch of cats on the board. Don't know exactly what happened there. Increase action marker by 1. Not sure what that means. We'll go with it. Sure, all unleash hounds. So at this point my scaling is... It's kind of like an infinite scaling thing, huh? Chicks summon chickens, chickens summon chicks, and those chicks will summon more chickens. It just gets to a point of absolute ridiculousness. And this is just one of the few synergies that this has. The game kind of really handed it to me. So I have like a really powerful deck I feel right now. These elephants are just like dead. My chicks, because there's just so many. But my buildings actually got destroyed. How did that even happen? Oh god, I hope I'm strong enough to end this. Okay, he gave me a summon cat. Oh, he summons these cats that summon I see. So I'll waste my chicks to summon cats. Okay, this looks pretty over at this point. There you go. And he is dead. I got an achievement, Lord of Nightmare. Defeat the last boss with 1,000 chicks. Aw, man, that's a cool achievement. So there's winning on dungeon level 5. But that's not really the last boss. Beating that boss was able to progress me to the next level, basically. But then we have this guy, which is like an optional. This is the equivalent to the heart in Slay the Spire. And I really hope I can actually beat this. Let's see. I'm gonna try really hard. You're on a timer with this. Oh, this hand sucks. Wow. So you're on a timer, so you really have to understand your deck and actually play the cards that matter and not think too hard about it. Need to skill really hard or really quickly. Oh, why did I overload there? That was not the right choice. Let's get these chicks out. Alpaca, even though you do nothing. It's a very stressful fight. 24 seconds. Back on 19. This pollution sucks. Okay, cool. So he has different forms every time you do the form. Every time you defeat him, he'll go to his next form and do different things. You have a button to reduce units here, because you have a unit cap of 300 to like not destroy your computer. We got the Megamorph off. That's very good. We just keep playing quick to get more Megamorphs off at this point, I think. 21 seconds. I'm pretty sure I can kill him within that time. Too many units. There we go. So now he has 15k HP. This is why I wanted something to get the chickens there faster. They're so slow and they get knocked back. Dual summon the Sherdog the Great, maybe? Okay. 31 seconds left. I should have used that, See, at this point the game just got way too crazy. Where's my Megamorph? I don't think I can beat this. Definitely not. It's very difficult. Maybe if I played a bit better with this deck, I could have beat it. I don't know. That was my first time really playing the whole chick synergy. The one time I did beat him, I did beat the egg, I guess he's called, is with a full attack deck, basically. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I basically was relying on one attack card that just dealt like over 5,000 damage based on a certain condition. But I wasn't able to beat it that time. but I did get to the next dungeon level. And before I end the video, I want to see what the difficulty modifier for that dungeon level is. Oh, and this stuff gets converted to XP, I guess. I just want to see. I'm not going to play another game, not going to let this video go on for another hour and a half. Jeez. I originally wanted to put this on my main channel, but I think I'm just going to be putting this on my second channel at this point. Start a game with 50 HP, wow. So instead of 150, you lose 100 HP, wow. It's tough, dude. So just like the Ascension levels, and it's cool because there's seasons. But from what I hear, I popped into their Discord, it seems like the devs have disappeared for the past few months. But that can be because of this whole pandemic going around the world right now. I'd say cut them some slack. This game seems to have more than enough combat, or more than enough content to keep at least me, who just started, occupied. Because I have all the other game modes to play around with as well. I'm really loving this game. I can see myself getting really into it. If you watch this video for an hour and 36 minutes, good on you, thank you very much for that, you must be a real fan.